The rugby world is once again preparing for one of its most anticipated battles as New Zealand and South Africa get ready to renew a rivalry that has defined international rugby for generations. Every meeting between these two giants carries enormous significance, but this time there is even greater excitement surrounding the contest. Both teams arrive unbeaten, both are filled with world-class talent, and both believe they have what it takes to dominate world rugby. Amid all the growing anticipation, former All Blacks head coach Steve Hansen has offered his thoughts on what supporters can expect, and his comments have quickly become one of the biggest talking points ahead of the series. As a coach who guided New Zealand to Rugby World Cup glory and built one of the greatest teams the sport has ever seen, Steve Hansen understands exactly what it takes to succeed at the highest level. His opinions always carry weight because they come from years of experience, countless test victories, and a deep understanding of how international rugby continues to evolve. Looking ahead to the latest showdown between the All Blacks and the Springboks, Hansen believes the game is moving in a positive direction, but he also believes there is one key area where every top nation must continue improving if they want to stay ahead of the competition. The upcoming series promises everything rugby fans could hope for. New Zealand arrive with growing confidence after completing an impressive July campaign under their new head coach Dave Rennie. Victories over France, Italy, and Ireland have convinced many supporters that the All Blacks are rediscovering the fearless attacking style that once made them almost impossible to stop. The players appear more confident with the ball, combinations are beginning to click, and there is a renewed sense of belief throughout the squad. Standing in their way, however, is a South African side that has looked equally dominant. The reigning world champions also completed an unbeaten July, defeating England, Scotland, and Wales with the power, discipline, and tactical excellence that have become trademarks of Springbok rugby. Their performances reminded the rugby world why they continue to sit among the elite teams in international rugby, capable of controlling matches through physical dominance while still possessing enough attacking quality to punish opponents whenever opportunities appear. For Steve Hansen, though, the biggest story isn't simply about the results. Instead, it is about the style of rugby that both teams, and several other leading nations, have begun to embrace. Reflecting on the recent international window, Hansen explained that he had noticed a refreshing change. More teams appear willing to attack, move the ball, and trust their skills rather than relying almost entirely on tactical kicking and defensive pressure. According to Hansen, this shift has made Test rugby far more entertaining for supporters around the world. Instead of watching endless stoppages and conservative tactics, fans are witnessing quicker ball movement, more creativity, and a genuine desire to score tries from almost anywhere on the field. Players are taking calculated risks, coaches are encouraging positive rugby, and the result has been a much more exciting spectacle. Hansen believes that attacking rugby has always represented the true spirit of the game. While defense remains essential, supporters pay to watch players showcase their talent, speed, vision, and creativity. The recent international fixtures have provided exactly that, with several nations showing far greater confidence when possession is in their hands. One team that particularly impressed Hansen was New Zealand. Under Dave Rennie, the All Blacks appear to have developed a much clearer attacking identity. Players are making faster decisions, supporting each other more effectively, and showing greater confidence whenever space opens up. Rather than waiting for opportunities, they are actively creating them, forcing opposition defenses to remain under constant pressure. Hansen also praised several other international sides that are embracing a similar philosophy. Japan continues to play an exciting brand of rugby built around speed, movement, and quick passing. Australia has shown encouraging signs of becoming more adventurous, while France remains one of the world's most dangerous attacking teams whenever they trust their natural skill and creativity. However, Hansen was quick to point out that modern rugby is not about abandoning kicking altogether. Tactical kicking still plays a hugely important role, but the best teams are using it more intelligently. Rather than kicking simply to relieve pressure, successful sides are now using tactical kicks to complement their attacking game, creating uncertainty for defenders and opening fresh opportunities. That balance, according to Hansen, is exactly what separates the very best teams from everyone else. Perhaps the most interesting part of Hansen's analysis focused on the role of referees. Without suggesting there had been any official instruction from World Rugby, he believes match officials have shown a slight shift in attitude by rewarding attacking rugby more consistently. Referees appear more willing to let the game flow, allowing advantage whenever possible and reducing unnecessary interruptions. For players, that creates confidence because they know positive attacking rugby is being encouraged. For coaches, it rewards ambition instead of caution. And for supporters, it delivers the fast-paced entertainment they have been hoping to see. Hansen believes rugby should always aim to produce more tries and fewer lengthy reviews involving officials and technology. While accurate decisions remain important, the sport is at its best when players, not repeated stoppages, become the center of attention. Despite welcoming these positive developments, Hansen also knows that attractive attacking rugby alone is not enough to defeat South Africa. Against the Springboks, every detail matters. Every scrum, every line-out, every breakdown, every contest in the air, every defensive decision. That is where the challenge becomes significantly tougher. Former Wallabies head coach Ewan McKenzie joined Hansen in analyzing recent international trends and highlighted one fascinating statistic that helps explain why South Africa remain one of the most successful teams in world rugby. Although the total number of kicks during test matches has fallen compared with previous seasons, South Africa continue to gain enormous value from their kicking game. Rather than kicking possession away, the Springboks use contestable kicks as an attacking weapon. Their chase is organized. Their timing is outstanding. Their players compete aggressively in the air. And more often than not, they recover possession almost immediately. According to Ewan McKenzie, the strongest international teams are winning back more than half of their contestable kicks. That remarkable success rate explains why South Africa continue to place opponents under enormous pressure even when they choose to kick. Their kicking game is not about surrendering possession. It is about creating another opportunity to attack. Winning those aerial contests requires perfect teamwork. Every player understands where to chase, when to compete, and how to react if the ball comes loose. That level of organization has become one of the Springboks' greatest strengths and remains a major reason for their continued success. McKenzie also pointed towards another important trend making a comeback in international rugby, the rolling maul. Earlier in the season, many believed the maul had become less influential. However, recent test matches have demonstrated that dominant forward packs are once again using driving mauls to generate penalties, create scoring opportunities, and wear down opposing defenses. That presents another huge challenge for New Zealand. The All Blacks have always been famous for speed, skill, and creativity. The Springboks have built their reputation on power, discipline, and relentless physical pressure. Whenever those contrasting styles collide, rugby supporters know they are likely to witness something special. Head coach Dave Rennie fully understands the size of the task awaiting his players. Although New Zealand completed an unbeaten July campaign, traveling to South Africa represents an entirely different challenge. Playing the Springboks on home soil has always been one of the toughest assignments in world rugby. The passionate crowds create incredible intensity. The altitude tests every player's fitness. The collisions become even more physical. Every mistake carries serious consequences. Every opportunity must be taken. For New Zealand, this series represents far more than another international tour. It offers the perfect opportunity to prove that the improvements shown during July can be maintained against one of the toughest opponents in world rugby. Can the All Blacks continue playing fearless attacking rugby against perhaps the most organized defense in the game? Can the Springboks maintain their physical dominance while adapting to rugby's increasingly attacking style? Can New Zealand compete successfully in the air, at the breakdown, and through the rolling maul while still expressing their natural attacking instincts? Those questions will only be answered once the series begins. That uncertainty is exactly what makes this rivalry so captivating. History has shown that contests between New Zealand and South Africa are often decided by the smallest moments. 1 turnover. 1 perfectly timed tackle. 1 contestable kick. 1 defensive error. 1 moment of brilliance. Those tiny details frequently determine who celebrates victory and who walks away disappointed. For Steve Hansen, however, the bigger picture extends beyond this single series. He believes international rugby is entering an exciting new era where attacking ambition and tactical intelligence can successfully exist together. Teams are becoming braver, players are trusting their instincts, and supporters are once again enjoying fast, open, entertaining test matches. At the same time, traditional strengths such as tactical kicking, dominant set pieces, disciplined defense, and physical forward play remain just as important as ever. The smartest teams are not choosing one approach over another. Instead, they are learning how to combine both. That balance could ultimately determine which side gains the upper hand when rugby's greatest rivalry is renewed once again. As kickoff moves ever closer, excitement continues building across the rugby world. Millions of supporters know they are about to witness two proud rugby nations chasing victory with different strengths but the same determination to prove they are the best. Whether it is the attacking brilliance of the All Blacks or the relentless precision of the Springboks that ultimately prevails, one thing is beyond doubt. Another unforgettable chapter in rugby's greatest rivalry is about to be written, and if Steve Hansen's predictions prove accurate, fans everywhere could be treated to a spectacular display of attacking, high-quality test rugby that perfectly showcases why this sport continues to inspire millions across the globe.